So let me start from the beginning. A carbon offset is a ton of CO2 emission reductions, and a carbon offset is bought and sold on markets throughout the world. In the European compliance market, it's termed the Kyoto Protocol. The US hasn't signed on as a signatory of the Kyoto Protocol, so what you have in the US is a voluntary market where companies buy and sell these carbon offsets voluntarily. They're not forced to do it by the government, but they choose to do so. We create carbon offsets from the emission reductions that our projects create. So let's take a very simple example, an LED lamp. Instead of that person who earns $1 to $6 burning kerosene, which emits greenhouse gases, we provide them with a loan. They buy an LED lamp. That LED lamp not only saves them money, but in terms of emission reductions, reduces the kerosene usage, right? So they were up here in terms of kerosene usage. After the loan, they're down here in terms of emissions. Now we monitor and measure those emissions over the loan term so that we know how many tons of CO2 was being created before the loan and how many tons of CO2 is now being reduced as a result of the loan. We take energy usage, quarterly energy usage reports. We know exactly what the baseline was and we work back from there. There are two ways that you can reduce emissions. One is emission reductions. So you would go in with that LED lamp and you would reduce emissions, right, over time. So the baseline was here. Now that you're using the LED lamp, the difference is this. That's termed emission reductions. The other is emission sequestration. Both can create carbon offsets, and people would be familiar with sequestration in relation to forests, in relation to soil sequestration. We only deal with emission reductions. So the idea that emissions have been created, and as a result of our activity, they are no longer being created. And we quantify that difference and sell them as carbon offsets.